Violence has been a part of video games forever. Right from the beginning, you had Mario jumping on Goombas, Pac-Man eating ghosts, and Death Race. The sickest, most depraved game known to man. But nothing really seemed to spark the full force and fury of the general public's outrage until Mortal Kombat. I don't even have to explain it, dude. You know what it is. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, all these other people that got invented somewhere along the line. It's one of the most iconic fighting game franchises of all time. The only way that you do not know what Mortal Kombat is if you literally just woke up from a 30-year coma. In which case, welcome to 2020. You might want to go back to sleep for a little bit. Now, looking at the state of things today, it's really not a stretch to guess why the public might have gone a little crazy. I mean, the franchise's entire shtick is just being insanely ultra-violent. You can literally hammer someone's head through their asshole. Aside from being pure comedy gold, it is pretty brutal. But back in the day, as tame as this looks comparatively, it was the center of a huge controversy, massive moral panic, court proceedings, lawyers, politicians, screaming women and children, the works. But to understand it all, I gotta take you back to 1992, the good old days. The internet didn't exist, this shit was on everything, and arcades were seeing a little bit of a revival brought on by a brand new wave of spicy hot fighting games. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, The Simpsons, and of course, Mortal Kombat. Created by Ed Boon and John Tobias, who were tasked by Midway with making a fighting game. Goddamn, did they ever make a fighting game, dude. One of the best, according to a lot of people. So many things that really set it apart from other games at the time. The aesthetic was awesome, the dark, gritty, realistic levels, the story was pretty decent, and it had some great characters. There were two really big things, however, that set it apart most distinctly. Firstly, the digitized graphics. This was not drawings or animations, my friend. This was real life people doing real life shit, captured on video and put into the game through the magic of the most top of the line 90s computer technology. And secondly, the thing that really set the game apart, arguably much more so than the first: violence. Blood, dead bodies, fatalities, dude. You are burning people alive, you are ripping people's hearts out, you are exploding heads with motherfucking lightning. Why are you gonna make the long journey all the way down to the arcade and not play a game where you get to punch dudes into a pit of spikes? It doesn't make sense. And just like that, Mortal Kombat was the biggest thing on the block. Every gamer from far and wide wanted to beat the shit out of their friends and give them that good old super uppercut. But it didn't take too long before a few people started to notice. Naughty images, blood, digitized violence. There had always been games with messed up stuff in them, but this was the first time where it actually started to resemble real life people, and there were some sticks slowly making their way up some asses. It wasn't until the game hit consoles a year later, however, that shit really hit the fan. Nobody was happy that their kids were rocking fatalities in their living rooms.
I don't think they'll have this at home, no.
You think so?
A little bit
you
too
look
violent.
a little startled.
Yeah, it's a little too violent, I think.
And these two super cool guys right here decided to take it to the streets, my man. And by streets, I mean a United States Senate court hearing. The high inquisitors of moral virtue on one end and the video game schmucks on the other. Nintendo ended up getting off a little light because their version of the game on the Super Nintendo had all the blood and fatalities and fun taken out of it, while Sega decided to keep all of those things in theirs, which is why they sold 5 times more copies than Nintendo, but also took a lot more shit at the hearings. And not only from the governmental side of the aisle, from Nintendo as well, playing it up hard on that family-friendly G-rated VeggieTales image that they wanted to promote. They spent most of the hearing dogpiling Sega with the politicians. It was honestly a pretty rough day for this poor guy right here. But when all was said and done, the hearings closed out and everyone had agreed to start instituting a new rating system for video games, the ESRB. Which, to be completely honest, was a win if you really look at it. I mean, most people went into those hearings thinking they were gonna come away with some kind of top-down governmental censorship, which would not have been good in any way. But all they ended up having to do was just slap something on their box that said, hey, parents, this game right here, don't let your 10-year-old play it. Seems fairly reasonable to me, honestly. And Mortal Kombat carried on. As popular as ever, the legacy even more stoked given the drama and controversy surrounding the hearings. I mean, who would have known that kids really like to play taboo shit that their parents tell them not to? It's a mystery, truly. Mortal Kombat 2 came out, Mortal Kombat 3, some of the most well-respected and highly revered fighting games in the history of gaming. The characters, the movesets, fatalities, babalities, friendships. The movie in '95 where Johnny Cage goes into the splits and punches Goro in the dick. I mean, what's better than that, dude? The good times just kept on rolling for the Mortal Kombat franchise. And of course, controversy continued to follow it as well over the years. You know, kid dies here, kid dies there, and what do the parents instantly jump to? Oh, well, you know, he was playing that Mortal Kombat game for a little bit. That must have been the reason. Like, yeah, your kid was probably the perfect little well-adjusted angel up until the age of 12 when they played Mortal Kombat for 30 minutes and went insane. Okay, gotcha. Makes perfect sense. But nothing ever really stuck, and nothing ever really came close to the level of outrage that existed around the original games either. Many more titles tried, and of course it seems like we're kind of at the point now where if this isn't offending people, then, you know, I think we're pretty much in the clear. But that's about the tale so far. Mortal Kombat, one of the most innovative and revolutionary fighting games of all time, revered by millions and hated by millions more. Not only did it shape gaming from a technical standpoint, but from a cultural standpoint as well. It was the catalyst of the rating system that we use for all of gaming, and it really changed the lens through which we view the industry as a whole. And aside from all of that, it's just really fun. I mean, I've been playing it a lot in the course of making this video, and it's just a blast. It's super hard, obviously. I'm not sure whether older games honestly are just that hard or whether I just fucking suck at video games now, but nonetheless, it's super fun. So if you've never played it, give it a try, or if you're just looking for a little hit of that nostalgia. Either way, that about sums everything that I wanted to say here up. And that's the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one. Love ya. Bye-bye.